and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to welcome you all to the 6th International Procurement and Supply Chain Conference 2021, presented by Blue Ocean Conferences.
This is the biggest gathering I've seen since the beginning of the pandemic. I congratulate you on the selection of the theme of this conference: One World, One Supply Chain, Evolution of Connected Global Supply Chain Community. As I said, it goes very well with also the theme of the Expo.
How is quality management important in transforming supply chain businesses to the next level? How is quality management instrumental in increasing business agility and managing the cost of quality? To give us a broader perspective on this topic, please welcome to the stage our next speaker, Mr. David McNamara, Vice President of Supply Chain at NMC Healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, everybody. I can't tell you how proud I am to follow His Excellency. This is incredible. First thing after this, I'm going to call my parents and tell them. It's an honor to be here today. I've only got 10 minutes, something that we should probably spend the whole day speaking about. So can I just ask, by a show of hands, how many people here worked at home during the COVID crisis? You just raise your hands if you worked at home during the COVID crisis. Right, so a substantial amount of people in this room could work at home. So this is part of my speech, which is about managing your business to a quality level while being agile and staying at home. So, did working at home cause any of us a problem? In my own heart and soul, I don't think it did, because the world kept going. I think COVID actually gave us an opportunity. Everybody sees COVID as being a bad crisis. It's not. COVID has told us that we can be different, that we can work differently. We don't have to sit in an office all day. We can get up and stay at home with your families. Work to your hours. So I just want to tell you, there is a song called There's a Change A-Coming, and the first line is, people get ready, there's a change a-coming. Don't ask me who sang it, and I'm not even going to try to sing it. But to our first speakers, they all spoke about artificial intelligence. This is our future. We have to be ready. So even though you see AI as a challenge, if you're not ready, you are going to fail. If you're not agile, you are going to fail. You need to have out-of-the-box ideas. If you don't think of what the future is going to bring, you are going to fail. So I just want to look at organizational agility. It means all of your people are motivated, highly responsible to change, and performing to the best in their business environment. So over the last 2 years, our business environment has changed. We have had to think differently of how we do our jobs every single day. Aaron De Smit, he said, agility is the ability of an organization to renew itself, adapt to change quickly, and succeed in a rapidly changing, ambiguous, turbulent environment. Agility is not incompatible with stability. It's quite different. We got to make sure that we're ready. This country is only 50 years old. It's younger than me. It's probably younger than a lot of people in this room. But look how it's changed over the past year. It has brought a vaccine to almost 100% of its people. Our COVID rate per day is about 80 people. This is it's a miracle. And the reason why we have done this is because we were agile. We were able to change. We changed rapidly. We adapted. And the first thing we had was extremely good leadership. So if we move on to our quality management slide, and just, can you flick the next slide, please? And again. So quality is the management is the act of overseeing all activities and tasks needed to maintain a desired level of excellence. Quality management includes the determination of a quality policy, creating and implementing quality planning and assurance, and quality control and improvement. So while rolling out this vaccine, while dealing with the crisis, we still had to make sure that it was done in a quality fashion. Once you start losing quality, you start losing what the patient, what the people want. So the main role between agility and quality is to maintain both at the same time. You can't have agility and change, and not have quality. Your quality control, your quality product has to be maintained while you're changing with your agility. So we move on to the next slide, please. And the next one. The most important thing about quality is everyone in this room. The most important thing about agility is everybody in this room. If you don't build your people, if you don't train your people, you cannot be agile. There are 800 people here today to learn from each other. But as leaders and managers, you have got to grow your team. You've got to give them the skills and the tools to ensure that they're agile. Let me just give you one example. There was a company years ago called Kodak. Kodak were the first people to invent the digital camera. But guess what? They didn't follow through. Why? Because they were not agile. So Kodak now are a realtor in the US and nothing else. They were one of the biggest companies in the world, and now they sell houses. Why? Because they were not agile, and they did not train their people to keep up and be successful. So now we have Apple. Apple are leading the world in digital technology. And if you look back, on average now, a company will last 17 years. If you go back maybe 30, 40 years, companies were there for 40 years, right? They lasted. But companies now have a shorter lifespan because they're not agile. They are not building their people. You have got to give your people the tools to develop. So the most important person is you. And the most important person underneath you is the people that you lead. Please take an opportunity to sit with them. As the most important resource within any organization, people at all levels are the very essence of your organization. It's like a government. If you have the proper leadership, if you have the proper control, you can take your country any place. As I said, this country is not 50 years old yet, and yet they've been to space. That is something unbelievable, but it's because it's agile and it's got a very good leadership. So take the opportunity that Blue Ocean offers you. I don't have any allegiance to Blue Ocean, but take the opportunity that Blue Ocean will offer you. Take your people, train them, develop them, and make them agile. If you are not agile, you might as well stop and give up today. So behind all of these pictures, the most important thing is your people. Train them, develop them, and make them agile. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you have a really lovely day.
Yes, there we go. Thank you so much, David. I would like to now welcome onto the stage Mohammed Zul Jamal, Assistant Director for Sales at Blue Ocean Academy, and Mr. Abra Ahmed, Assistant Director for Sales at Blue Ocean Academy, for a small token of our appreciation. Thank you.